All right. Hello, everybody. We are talking about implementing inferencing. So today we're just going to do a quick story, and I'm going to give you a chance to see exactly how you can implement this in your class. So hopefully you enjoy today's quick lesson. Our guiding question for today is, why do we take little things for granted? So that is our guiding question. That is the overall theme in which we want to accomplish throughout this reading. So you would present to kids what they already know. That's the first part of our graphic organizer. What do you know about gifts? So take a second and think about, what do you know about gifts? This can go on your prior reading portion of your organizer. So if I was presenting this to a class, I would definitely say, okay, what are some things that you know about gifts? They might respond with saying that, you get gifts normally during Christmas or on your birthday. Normally you get things that you've always wanted. Sometimes the gifts can be expensive. Sometimes they can be not so expensive, just depending on what you might want. So that's mainly when you see gifts kind of arise. So today we're going to read a short story that is called The Gold Wrapping Paper. I am going to click on the document, and I'm going to give you a chance to actually go in and actually read it. So feel free to, I'm going to mute myself now so that you can go in and actually read this document. So let me pause. All right, so hopefully you had a chance to go through and actually read this. I tried to scroll with the same time as my eyes actually reading this, so hopefully you got a good grips of the gold wrapping paper story. So let me go back to the presentation. So we had to implement this in the classroom. The first part we would have already did, which was what I know, and that's what I asked you about. What do you know about gifts? The second clue that we need to go and find is the context clues, which is after reading. So some of these could be, number one, the father had a job. We knew that because we did the reading. Number two, the wrapping paper was expensive and it was limited. And we found that out through the reading because that was something that directly came saying that it was expensive. Number three is it was Christmas time or December, because we know this simply because it was stated in the text. So some questions that we can arise, and that's what you see right over here. Oh, moving myself. Hold on, let me go back. So some questions that arise, and it's only three spaces because they should be able to come up with at least three different areas. So I put down that one might be, why was money so important to the father? Another one would be, did the little girl not have a mother at the time? So that would be something that would be interesting to figure out. And number three, why did the little girl fill the boxes with just kisses? So that might be some questions that a student might have after reading the document. The next thing is to make inferences. And so, based off of the questions that we asked, we're trying to answer those questions using some type of relevance to maybe what is going on, what we already know, or just things that might be happening within our environment. The first thing I put down is that the dad maybe changed jobs during the start of the pandemic and his job barely paid much. So maybe he was working a limited job. He didn't have as much money, which kind of led me to the next inference that I made would be that maybe the dad was stressed and quick to anger. He was a single father, so there's no telling what type of weight he was carrying on his shoulder. And number 3, I put that the little girl filled the box with kisses because she always kissed her dad on the cheek before school. So that might be something that, kids might can relate to as if it was dealing with something that they do often or like a routine that they have in place with their parents. So this would be a good way to kind of make inferences based off of what you know, but also what you read in the text. So that's the end of my presentation. Hopefully you find implementing inferences to be an easy skill. Have a great one.